This is a time where we have to stand in truth. We have to speak truth. The enemy hates the truth. And every time you speak it, he is going to try to silence you. And this censorship, silencing of those who speak the truth is nothing new. Cancel culture is nothing new. You cannot cancel who God has called. They tried to cancel Jesus. You can't cancel God. Jesus laid down his own life. No one took his life. He laid that down for you and for me. And history repeats itself.
Okay, so obvious direct comparison there between Jesus and Donald Trump, which is interesting. Not the first time we've seen this, but I will say, full acknowledgement. I'm an atheist. I don't believe that Jesus was a literal historic figure, and even if he was not the Son of God. That said, I would assume that if you do believe in Jesus and you love and worship Jesus, I think he's supposed to be on top, and his sacrifice is like the most important sacrifice that the world has ever seen. And I don't think that a guy who got a boo-boo should be put on the same level. I don't think it's the same thing. I'm also not sure where she's getting down on them trying to cancel Jesus, because I'm pretty sure, didn't God want that? Because that Jesus wanted to lay down his life. It's supposed to be a symbol and a sacrifice. And if they weren't trying to cancel him, then he couldn't have done that. So I think it was all according to plan, mysterious ways and all that.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival. So please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
We're gonna have more for you. Let's jump into, this is Marjorie Greene with a similar sort of theological approach to this.
President Trump is joining some of the most incredible people in history being arrested today. Nelson Mandela was arrested, served time in prison. Jesus was arrested and murdered by the Roman government.
I love that she seemed as surprised as the audience to bring up Jesus there. Like, she said the word and she's like, Jesus. By the way, that was her boyfriend that was interviewing her right there, and I've seen him walking around multiple times at the convention. But anyway, I shouldn't have to explain to conservatives or Christians why it's absurd to draw comparison between the two. There is no willing sacrifice here. Donald Trump has never willingly given up literally anything. He doesn't even self-fund his own campaign, which he could easily do with the billions of dollars he has. He didn't lay down his life. He survived through mere happenstance. That's it. I don't understand the comparisons there literally at all. But Sharon, what do you think of this?
Jesus is tired of this. I'm not Jesus' spokesperson, but Jesus is asking them to stop this, John. They've got to stop invoking. Jesus is busy doing other things. Jesus is not aligning Jesus with Trump and Marjorie and this nonsense and Boebert. They've got to stop this. Whether you believe or not, it's just disrespectful. And I'm telling you, I have it on good authority. Jesus is sick of this.
You want to hear something funny, or you want to see someone squirm?
Yeah.
If you get a chance to talk to Donald Trump, I want you to ask him what his favorite quote by Jesus is.
New Testament, Old Testament. Yeah.
Best case scenario, you get like a Mr. T quote from the 80s or something. Yeah. Like, you're not gonna get an actual quote. You're not gonna get an actual quote from him. And look, I think we should be free in America, that if you're an atheist, you don't believe in any of the religions, any of the higher power stuff, you should be free to run for office. Trump obviously doesn't, but he's not confident that others believe that, because he clearly doesn't believe in any of this stuff, but he pretends to. And he doesn't even do a good job. He doesn't hide it. He doesn't have enough respect for Christians to actually like memorize a verse or two so that he can cite it when he's asked about it. And yet they still not only believe that he's a Christian, but will put him on the same level as Jesus Christ himself. Absurd. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?